Hi, everybody. This is Vinny, and welcome to Complain Time. This is the show where we take a moment while the boss is out of the office to talk about things that really, just quite frankly, annoy us to death. Because you know what they say, when the cat's away, the mice will play. Or in this case, complain about stuff that just drives us all crazy. So before we get started, I'm going to give you all a moment to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to be notified so you never miss another episode of Complain Time, as well as other additional HVMA content. Now, today's topic that I want to get into, something that's really been getting on my nerves, mask shaming. Now, I'm going to take that off for a moment so I can breathe and so I can actually look at you guys, because this thing steams up my glasses. I'm just going to keep it 100 with you. Now, as you guys know, ever since the start of this pandemic, when the coronavirus was at an all-time high, and I've talked about it here on Complain Time a few times. I've even done, a video from my own personal recording studio at my house. And, lately things have been, as you can see, getting back to normal. As you can see, I'm back in the office, and I'm actually happy. I was actually happy to say the words, "The boss is out of the office." I mean, don't get me wrong, I like my boss. It's just that it felt good to say those words again because I'm back in the office. I'm back in the atmosphere. I'm loving it, People are going back to school, going back to work. We are somewhat getting things back to normal. However, the one constant that has remained throughout everything, and may even remain a constant long after you guys check out this episode, is, of course, the mask. Now, in a lot of cases, we've been forced to wear these masks. In a lot of cases, some people are choosing to wear them because it makes them feel safe and protected. And there are some people that are out there that just don't want to wear one. They just, it's like, I'm good, I'm safe, I don't need a mask, I'm perfectly okay. And here's my stance on the whole mask debate. Because you got some people who are proud to wear a mask. You got some people who are proud to not wear a mask. You got people who are wearing masks looking down on people who don't and yelling at them and cursing at them and blaming them for the problems that continue. You got people who don't wear a mask looking at people who are wearing masks, and they're laughing at them. They're calling them sheep. They're calling them brainwashed. It's just a constant battle back and forth. So I want to take a moment here on Complain Time to send a message to both parties. Wear a mask, don't wear a mask. Either way, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. In fact, here's what I'm going to say right now. If you don't want to wear a mask, don't. It's a free country. Now, if you're just walking down the street and you see somebody wearing a mask, do me a favor. Shut up, mind your own business, and go on with the rest of your day. They want to wear a mask, let them wear a mask. If it makes them feel safe, let them feel safe. They ain't bothering you. As long as they're not bothering you, just go do what you got to do. Now, on the flip side, to all of you out there that are wearing a mask and you see someone who's not, here's what I want you to do. Shut up, mind your own business, and go on with your day. If they don't want to wear a mask, that's fine. If they want to roll the dice, that's fine. Because the way I see it, if you're already wearing the mask, you're good. The whole purpose of the mask was to protect yourself, because apparently some doctor, I don't know which one, because I'll be honest, I don't watch the news often. The doctors are all saying that wearing the mask protects you because people, because of projectiling of saliva, because, some people, when they talk, they spit, and that's the only logic I can come up with for why that would make sense. It's like, have you ever seen that episode of Friends when Joey's in that, on set doing that movie, and he's got that actor that keeps spitting in his face because he enunciates, so they start doing it back and forth, like, I found the picture. Picture? What picture? That scene? It's the one where Monica and Chandler are getting married, Anyway, watch Friends. It's somewhere. It's not on Netflix anymore, which is terrible, but that's another complaint for another episode. My point is, so I understood it to that degree. At the same time, if you're wearing the mask, even if somebody does spit, in your face when they talk, because I'm assuming they're going to do it accidentally, because anyone who spits in your face on purpose, that's just douchey. At that point, you shouldn't even worry about the mask. You should just knock the person's teeth out. By the way, that's my only advice. Don't tell anybody I told you that. But anyway, my point is, if somebody's like doing that, you got the mask on, you should be protected. Because if you're telling me that wearing a mask can still hurt you from somebody who's not wearing a mask, then why are you wearing the mask at all? It loses all its purpose if it can't protect you. So that's my point right there. Also, another reason why I think it's ridiculous is because, I don't know, maybe this is just a foreign concept to me, but in the 33 years that I've been alive on this planet, I have never seen anyone intentionally cough in somebody's face. Never seen it. Or sneeze in a person's face. Never seen it. If it did happen, it was an accident and the guy couldn't get to his mouth in time. And now I've seen that maybe 2-3 times in my life. Usually, when someone's coughing, they're like, they might go with their hand and then eventually work their way down to the arm. You know, sometimes you start with the hand because that's the closest thing you got. You cover your mouth. We all learned this in grade school. I mentioned this before with the washing the hands thing a while back. So we all know this stuff. Also, when you're sneezing, everybody knows that when you sneeze, you have a 2-warning shot. It's usually, you know, that thing. No one ever really just goes, choo, right in front of somebody. Never seen it happen. Usually this is how the average person sneezes. They go, choo. That's how it works. I've never seen it work any other way. Never seen it work any other way. If you've seen it done another way, please tell me. Comment below. Tell me you've seen somebody sneeze in someone's face on purpose. It's never happened. Never happened. I've always seen people turn away. We've been doing this since the pandemic started. We know this already. So I don't see why the mask is even important. That's my opinion. But again, if it makes you feel better, that's fine. Also, if a store wants you to wear a mask in order to go in, just put the damn mask on. Okay? There's no reason to start an argument. Like, there are certain employees who have to wear masks because that's their boss requires you to wear one. If your boss tells you to wear a mask, wear the mask. It's that simple. If I walk into certain buildings, I have this with me because there's certain places that do require me to wear a mask in order to go in. I put this on, I go in, I do what I gotta do, and I get out. Now, really the only issue with the mask in some cases is that, you know, people have a hard time breathing in them, which I know that was an issue I had one time. I remember, not with this mask, but with a different one. Like, I put it on like this, you know, and I'm good for, you know, a couple of minutes, but if I had to wear this as an employee for like 8-9 hours, eventually I would lose freaking oxygen. That's why I know they got that thing in there that, you know, has like an air compressor thing that helps you breathe. If you're able to get one of those, that's great. But I've seen some people literally wear a mask like this. I think this is perfectly acceptable. Because again, if God forbid I don't make my mouth in time, I can still cough and you're good. And again, with sneezing, again, if I had to sneeze, I'll repeat this as many times as I need to, let me know. So that's all you got to do is just protect yourself. So I wore like this so I can at least breathe. I remember one time I was literally in a place, they made me wear the mask like this, and I was in there for a really long time and I just couldn't breathe. So what I did was I went out to my car, I got a highlighter, I drew 2 circles underneath the nostrils, and I cut 2 giant holes, put the thing over me, so that way there was nostrils coming out here and I could breathe. Well, apparently, I upset a few people when I did that because they were like, you're messing up the mask. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm giving myself the opportunity to breathe. And they go, well, that doesn't make any sense. And I went, really? Let me explain to you why that made perfect sense. Again, comment below if you want to disagree, but here's how I feel. Remember when you were a kid and you got like and you would catch like fireflies or frogs or something, and you put them in a jar with like grass and sticks and stuff, and what do? You put a lid on the jar. Why do you put a lid on the jar? Because you don't want your new special pet to fly away or hop away. So you put a lid. Now, once you put that lid on the top of that jar, what do we do? What do we do? Oh, we poked holes in the lid of the jar, didn't we? Now, Why did we poke a hole in the jar? Why did we poke a hole in the lid on the jar? I can't imagine why we do something like that. Gee, I don't know. Maybe that's because we want this new special pet that we got to be able to breathe. You poke air holes to make someone to help breathe. How is that any different? And also, the way I did it, my face was still completely covered. The only thing that was visible was this area right here where I can go, I could breathe. So I thought it was genius. Now, of course, the store I was in, they didn't agree with that, and I had to leave, and that was fine. I didn't really need anything special that there anyway. Plus, if I need anything, I can send my brother to the store, if I don't want to go there. But the point is, I get it. Obviously, this virus came out of nowhere in a lot of cases for people. I can see how this is a scary time. We don't really know what's going on. And the real reason people are going crazy is because they're acting emotional and not knowing what to do. So they're just trying to do whatever they got to do, and they're panicking at everything, and they're more germophobic than they've ever been before. So I see why people are concerned with the mask. But at the same time, I think we need to just take a step back and not judge people so much, Some people have strong immune systems. Some people don't. There are some people who are going to need that mask because, God forbid, something could happen. They might catch it, and they might actually get sick and die from it. Some people are like, I'm good, I got my immune system. They can walk around, they can get sick, they'll recover. There's been a lot of deaths, but there's also been people who have recovered from it as well. It's been on both sides. And, some people are okay. And I look at it like this. If you want to wear a mask, go ahead. But if you're wearing the mask, you're fine. You did your part. You don't need to be a martyr for everybody else. Just go on about your day. We don't need to be yelling and screaming and fighting. The last thing we need is one more thing to be killing each other over. We've got enough already. We have enough things that we disagree on as it is. At some point, you just got to accept the other person is going to do what they want to do, and you shouldn't let that stress out your life. You shouldn't. Let them do what they got to do. You do what you need to do, and just go on about your day. Like I said, everybody needs to just shut up, mind their own business, and go on about their day. Because this, and I hate to get religious right now, but like they said, this too shall pass. Like I said, I don't want to get religious, but it's the best I can come up with. I feel like we're going to get past this. We're going to be okay. And, the people who are right are going to be right. The people who are wrong are going to be wrong. History will show, time will tell. But again, we don't need to be fighting over this. We don't need to be shaming people for wearing masks. We don't need to be shaming people for not wearing masks. Because again, we live in a free country. And when you live in a free country, you're free to do what you want. And that's a good thing, but it also comes with a price. So if you want to wear a mask, wear it. You don't want to wear a mask, don't wear it. All I'm going to tell you is be willing to accept the consequences of either side you choose. And again, just mind your own business. Go on about your day. Because in the end, none of us have the answers. And until we get them, we're just screaming at each other for no reason. All right, now I can see the boss is making his way up the stairs right now, so that, ladies and gentlemen, will conclude complaint time for today. God, it felt so good to say that again. So in the meantime, you guys hit that subscribe button, ring that bell to be notified so you never miss another episode of Complaint Time, as well as other additional HVMA content. Check back soon for a new video, and until then, stay social.